Back to the Gran Turismo Online League. It is time for TA2s here at the beautiful Mount Panorama in Australia. What a beautiful racetrack we have with views that stretch for miles in either direction. It's going to be fun to watch these drivers race these heavy muscle cars up and down the mountain here, slipping and sliding these things around every single turn and screaming down the straightaways at over 160 miles an hour. We got a fun one for you here tonight, folks. Got 13 of some of the best drivers ready to go at it here tonight for the fifth race of this season. So race 5 out of 12, getting close to the halfway mark. Drivers starting to settle in, starting to find their place in the point standings, but we still got a really tight championship battle. So it's definitely going to be a fun one here tonight. It's going to be fun to see who can come out on top, who can conquer this difficult racetrack. It's going to be fun to see who can get it all done. Let's take a look at the point standings real quick, though. If we run through here real quick, Gavin Morrison currently holds the lead by only 6 points over Cross. Then tied for P3 is Javen Tucker and David Pinkston. P5 is Rashad Metz. 6 is Austin Minnick. 7th is Trevor Levine. 8th is Colin McKevitt. 9th is Dante Corrado. 10th is Isaiah Smith. Tied for 11th is Peter Braxton and Jack McKevitt. 13th is Ike Klockman. 14th is Board Burton. Glad to have him back. And P last is Landon Beach, which we don't know why he hasn't raced with us recently. But we got a fun one here tonight. Let's see if we can get a couple driver interviews through here real quick. Let's see if we can talk to your P2 starter here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up Rashad Metz. Let's see if we can find him. What's up, Rashad? You're rolling off P2 here tonight. Strung some excellent practice laps here together tonight. How's the car feeling, and how you feeling going into this race?
Cars feels pretty good, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got pretty good control over the wheel spin in the corner exit, and I feel like that's where a lot of time can be gained and lost there. So as long as I keep, stay on top of that, I feel like we might be pretty good for it.
Well, congratulations on P2 start. Going to look forward to see what you can do during the race. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can dial up a driver we haven't seen in a little while. Let's see if we can talk to Magic Slinky. He's been rolling off P4. Hey, Slinky, you're rolling off P4 here tonight. Glad to have you back with us. You did a really good job at the last race we did with these cars. Did it almost went from last to third 5 times throughout that race. So how you feeling going into the race tonight, and how's the car feeling?
Car's feeling pretty good. This is going to be a tricky trip to get initially top 3 in qualifying. Just going to try to pull away from the traffic behind. Going to see if we can get a rematch with Rashad here too. That last race was very fun in Trans M2s.
Well, it's going to be fun to see what you can do tonight. Good luck. And that's going to do it for driver interviews here tonight. Let's see if we can take a look at the starting lineup. Board Burton is going to collect the pole here tonight in that beautiful number 22 Caterpillar skid steer car. He's going to start off P1. P2 will be Rashad Metz. P3 will be David Pinkston. P4 will be Cross. P5 will be Gavin Morrison. P6 will be Jack McKevitt. P7 will be Trevor Levine. P8 will be Colin McKevitt. P9 will be Javen Tucker. Not a starting position he really wanted. P10 will be Austin Minnick. Thank you again for him hosting the lobby here tonight. P11 will be Isaiah Smith. And P12 will be Peter Braxton, and Slinky is currently not entered. He needs to re-enter. There he is. So let's go ahead and go down trackside whenever we can. Let's get this thing going. 15 laps here at Mount Panorama. It's going to be a fun one to watch. Who can slip and slide these cars around this tight racetrack. Not a lot of room for passing there in the mountain section of this racetrack, so it's going to be interesting to see. But let's go ahead and get this thing underway. We get the cars lined up on the grid now. Getting tight as a championship battle. Only 6 points separate the 2 leaders of Gavin Morrison. So I wonder if he's going to come out here with another points lead, starting a little bit further back. P6 in the field, so mid-pack. A lot of these guys got some work to do, but it's going to be fun to see the best cars and drivers lined up, ready to go at it. Here they are in the grid. The 22 starting up front. Rashad Metz starting up P2. And the lights are out. We are Trans Am racing at Mount Panorama. Here they come, the herd thundering in the turn 1 to take that sharp left-hander, diving, bumping and banging. A little nudge there to the back bumper. Rashad Metz. Metz got the momentum around the outside, though. Too wide as they thunder down the back straightaway. Here they come, nose to tail, side by side throughout the pack. Still door to door for the lead as they head through that tight section. Here comes Slinky looking for that P2 spot from Rashad Metz. Gonna try to make a move going to this corner. We're 2 and 3 wide in the back to back. Ooh, some contact between Rashad Metz. Oh, they go off the wide, heavy contact. A lot of bumping and banging. 2, 3 wide almost. What a change of events there. 3 wide, bumping and banging. Oh, some contact between David Pinkston and Rashad Metz. Metz is going to slip into the lead here, still making some contact behind him. Here comes Pinkston for the lead. Pinkston all over the rear bumper of that Chevrolet of Rashad Metz. Can he hang on as they're racing even harder behind him? A lot of contact throughout the pack. A lot of guys shuffling for spots, but here comes David Pinkston applying the pressure for the lead earlier in this thing. Here they come in the most treacherous turns on the racetrack. Who can keep the car underneath them the best? Metz pulls away just a touch, but here comes Pinkston right on his rear bumper, nose to tail as they come down the hill. Slinky gaining a lot of position, almost bump drafting between the two leaders. Oh! E3 gets into the wall. No damage for him, luckily. He's going to lose some ground, though, trying to gain it back as they thunder down the straightaway. What a first lap. The top 3 still within shooting distance of each other. Jack McKevitt up to Javen Tucker from 10th to 4th. Javen Tucker has gained 6 spots in a half of a lap. What a drive from the driver out of Pensacola, Florida. Here they go, still racing hard for the podium. Metz trying to pull away. Ooh, Pinkston got a little loose, trying to get the power down. That opens the door for Slinky. Slinky going to be looking here, trying to make a move when he can. Here they come to complete lap 1. Rashad Metz is going to lead the first lap. David Pinkston and Slinky closely in his tire tracks, but Javen Tucker tracking these guys down. Not the start that Blam or Board Burton wanted, and that Caterpillar skid steer fracking machine there. Drop back to P5. Hopefully he can recover some of that. Here comes Gavin Morrison. He's got a handful of lid. Him and Cross going at it. This Gavin Morrison's going to set a purple sector there. They come thundering up the hill. Ooh, some contact there between some of those guys in the wall. But these top guys going at it. Ooh, Slinky. Looked like he made a little contact with the wall there. He seemed to be lagging just a little bit there. Rashad Metz, one of the fastest in practice, but he has a mirror full of that number 3 car. The scheme made famous by the Intimidator in NASCAR is now all over the rear bumper of Rashad Metz as they dive down the hill yet again. The winding road, one of the most treacherous parts of the racetrack. Really easy to slip and slide these cars into the wall here. Who can get the better run onto the straightaway? One of the most important turns on the racetrack right here. Looks like Rashad Metz got a really good run on the straightaway. That's going to help him to edge out just a little bit more in front of those 2 behind him. Javen Tucker still into that P4 spot, trying to run down those leaders. Excellent drive by Javen Tucker to get into the top 5 as we're side by side back here for 8th and 7th between Trevor Levine and Vlad the Inspector. Trevor Levine with some front end damage. Ooh, some contact with him going down into the turn here. That tight left-hander. Ooh, 34 car up onto the rumble strips, trying to still side by side through both of the turns. Here they come down in the final turn. Still side by side, a little contact there. Levine trying to hang around the outside. Can he get the crossover move? No, he can't. He's going to have this. Oh, he's trying to go for it. They're both into the grass. Blocking all the way off the pavement, trying to use all the racetrack. They're going at it here. Still under a blanket for the lead. Slinky has caught the 2nd place driver of David Pinkston. Here comes Pinkston. He's got to run. He's waiting for Metz to make one slip up. Take a look from the back bumper camera of Rashad Metz here as they go up the hill. David Pinkston still within striking distance. Ooh, Metz with a little slip up. That opens the door for David Pinkston and Slinky. They're side by side. Near they come. Trying to make a move to the lead. Slinky's able to slip past for P2. Metz made a slip up. That slowed down. That second place driver at the time of David Pinkston, allowing Slinky to slip through. Can Slinky use this opportunity to try to slip past Rashad Metz? These 2 guys were going at it during the last race with these cars at Road Atlanta. Ooh, Slinky made a little mistake there. He got into the wall a little bit. He's going to lose some time now. He's going to have to try to settle back in, get back in the groove to chase down that machine of Metz. And Javen Tucker is on his way, though. He is knocking off time, trying to run down this lead pack as they're racing hard for the front. A little further on the pack, still some hard racing going on here. Isaiah Smith, the driver of the day, hanging on to P12 right now. Beautiful Red Bull scheme by him. Always a pleasure to have him racing with us. Here they come to complete lap 4. Still a lot of racing to go. This is one of the longer races we've had. Last time we were here was just for a time trial. So there was no wheel-to-wheel racing. It was just drivers running against the clock. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys adjust going wheel-to-wheel through these tight corners, jockeying for position. Here comes Slinky. He's got another look at it. All over the rear end of Rashad Metz. That seems to be a little slower through that uphill section, allows those other guys to close in a little bit. But man, is he fast in the latter half of the racetrack as Slinky goes in the wall. Again, another mistake from him. Rashad Metz is loving to see these guys make the mistakes behind him. He really wants that so he can gain his lead even more. Javen Tucker still trying to gain time as he can. Looks like Rashad Metz is pulling out to about a 2-second lead. Slinky currently does have the fastest lap of the race. Oh, he's got some front end damage though. Looked like he made some contact with the wall. That's definitely going to slow him down and cause Rashad Metz to be able to pull away even more. The thing is, these guys are going to have to conserve this rubber, conserve these tires. They only get one set of tires through this entire race, so there will be no competitive pit stops. It's going to be interesting to see how those guys adjust to having to keep that same set of tires underneath them throughout the entire race. Ooh, Blam doing a little agricultural race in there in the Caterpillar car. That was Javen Tucker to keep his 4th place position. Tucker still trying to run down those leaders. Let's ride along with the leader now. Rashad Metz as he thunders up the hill. Let's give you all an excellent view of what these drivers see as they make their way through the tightest section of the racetrack. See, Rashad Metz backed up the entry to that last corner, try to get a better run off. All about momentum, keeping that momentum going, trying to keep these cars wound up. Slowing down these heavy beasts around this racetrack is a very, very large task to try to get these things around these tight corners. Rashad Metz still your leaders. They thunder down the back straightaway. Lap 5 laps down, going to come around and complete lap 6 this time by. Met's able to stretch his lead out to about 2.6 seconds over the second and third place drivers of Slinky and David Pinkston. Javen Tucker still is starting to gain some time, just a little bit on those guys in front of him. Not sure if he's gaining any on the leader or not. Now, if you take a look at the Javen Tucker machine, you see that little illegible scribble on the side of his car. That's actually Javen's signature. It may not look like much, may look like a little Arabic writing or something, but it's actually his signature. So, beautiful touch by Javen Tucker. Anyways, back to the race. We have Ford Wharton trying to make his way back up through the field after that early race incident. And Rashad Metz just continues to pull away here. 3.8 seconds separates him from P2. Javen Tucker had it down to around 3 seconds to separate them from the top 3. Still trying to gain on those guys, but they're steady losing time to Rashad Metz. Metz, he may not have the fastest lap of the race, but he has been the most consistent driver out of all the guys here so far. So we got a hell of a race going on back here for 6th and 7th. Cross and Trevor's been going at it for most of the race here tonight. Got it back in P8. He dominated this race last year at Road Atlanta. Not doing too swift here tonight. Hopefully he'll be able to gain a couple spots. Big thing is our points leader back here in 9th place. Having a little tough go at it. Hopefully he'll be able to gain some points and salvage a decent points finish out of it. There's still a lot of racing left. Just now going to come around this time by to get about the halfway point of this race. So it's going to be interesting to see who can. A lot can happen. A lot of guys can make mistakes. So a lot of racing lessons. David Pinkston has actually slipped past Magic Slinky. Something happened to Magic Slinky. Looks like he either wrecked or spun out. He's going to drop back to 5th. That puts E3 up to 2nd and Javen Tucker onto the podium. It's going to be interesting to see if Rashad Metz will be able to stay ahead of E3. E3 was setting some really nice pace. As you look in the bottom left hand of the screen, he currently has the fastest lap of the race last time around. E3 using all the racetrack he possibly can, and he certainly is gaining a lot of time. Another purple sector there. Spy up 6/10. Looked like all E3 needed to do was get out of the Slinky's shadow there. As he's starting to gain a lot of time there. Ooh, slipping and sliding there between Slinky and Board. They're going at it, trying to get past him. A little contact there with the wall. 3-car battle here. Third back to 5th. They are 10 seconds off of the leader. Don't know if they'll have enough time. David Pinkston has caught Rashad Metz. Rashad Metz either made a mistake or David Pinkston has set back-to-back fastest laps, 2:08s. Pinkston is linking it together now. David Pinkston is gaining on that machine of Metz and gaining very, very quickly. Pinkston trying to go back-to-back wins here tonight if he can get it done. Metz trying to hold it off to break the longest winless streak in his career. Metz has been oh so close to getting that elusive win for the past season or two. Be a nice thing to see him back in victory lane, but he's got one of the best behind him trying to run him down. Still a lot of racing left to go. Rashad Metz ran one of his worst laps of the race so far, a 2:10. Still not a terrible lap though. A lot of these guys mid the latter half of the pack are running consistent 2:10s. So Rashad Metz was definitely one of the most consistent lappers up front, able to run 2:09s back to back to back. So stringing off some excellent laps by Metz. But man, I tell you what, that number 3 car has turned on the jets. He is on his way fast. Look at him whipping that car through the S's there as he gains another 2/10 going down the hill. Looks like we're going to have a hell of a battle here going on for the lead. We still got another hell of a battle going on back here for P3. Slipping and sliding, power drift by the skid steer car as they go on the straightaway. You're looking from the rear view mirror of Rashad Metz. See that number 3 Chevrolet starting to grow ever larger as they come off the corner to complete lap 9 out of 15. Looks like Pinkston stalled out about a second behind Rashad Metz. Still with them pouncing as the freaking 22 is sideways, 4-wheel drifting off of the first corner. Saw that at the corner of our eye. Looks like he slipped past Javen Tucker for P2 or P3. Here they come again into the mountain section. Rashad Metz has been a little slower in this uphill spot as you see Pinkston gain a lot of time there. Metz been doing a good job at just being consistent, stringing together some good laps, hitting his marks. As these guys are using every single inch of the racing surface that they can. Now down to 0.5 of a second, separating our 2 leaders as they go into the toughest spot of the racetrack. No mistakes. No mistakes by either of these drivers. They need to be perfect. Metz just always gets an excellent run going on to that straightaway, able to get a little bit of run, but Pinkston is closer than he has been the last couple laps. Last time around, he was about a second back. Now he's only 0.7, and he just set another purple sector. Pinkston has set 3 2:08 lap times back to back to back, and he's actually pushed Rashad Metz to set his own 2:08 lap time. So these guys are making each other faster because they're learning and looking at what each other's doing. What a race to watch between these two guys. They come into the final set of turn. Gonna be lap 10 as they go this time by. Metz is gonna have his hands full. It looks like Blam starting to come back at it. Does Blam have enough time? As he sets his own 2:08. While this guy is starting to find speed, starting to settle in. Now only 0.6 separate the top 2. Metz trying to break the draft going down the straightaway. Slips it a little bit going into the corner. Here comes E3. David Pinkston with a hell of a run as they thunder up the mountain. Still side, nose to tail. Couple car lengths separate the two. Down to 0.4 as they enter the corner. Gotta be patient if you're Pinkston. Gotta look for the right moment, look for the right mistake to try to slip past. This is one of the most treacherous parts of the racetrack. You don't want to be side by side through here. It could easily cause problems for both drivers. Now, it may look like Blam and Slinky and Javen Tucker are out of this race, but if these two guys get together up front and tangle, it could be it. They could be able to gain on these guys. You see Pinkston slip up just a little bit going down the mountain, but he's right on the tail of Rashad Metz as they're both slipping and sliding off the corner. Pinkston got a hell of a run down the straightaway. Can he try to make something happen here? Trying to use the slipstream as they go down the straightaway. Into that hard left-hander. Metz trying to break the draft as he can. The quick right-hander down into the hard braking zone. Pinkston gonna choose to lay back. Choose his next move wisely. Try to wait for Metz to make a mistake. Nose to tail for the 2 leaders. E3 looking to the outside. Metz chooses the defensive line. E3 almost went for the crossover move there. 2 tenths. Nose to tail as they head down to the turn 1. 5 more laps to go. Here they go between the top 2. Metz in the grass trying to get the power down. Fishtailing by David Pinkston. Both of them slipping and sliding, spinning their wheels trying to stay ahead of each other. This is the race for the win right here. Pinkston, Metz. Pinkston looking for back-to-back wins. Metz looking to break a winless streak. Here they come. Almost side by side there. Pinkston all over the rear bumper of Rashad Metz as they thunder up the hill. Here they come roaring into the tight section of the racetrack. Pinkston a lot faster in the uphill. Metz a lot faster in the downhill. How will it equal out? Who will make the first mistake? These guys are pushing each other to run some of the fastest laps that we have seen throughout the entire weekend. The fast lap of the race currently held by David Pinkston, a 2:07.8, almost a second quicker than what we saw for the pole lap. As Pinkston does a little slip up, almost got in the wall there. That's going to open the door for Rashad Metz to pull away. Metz doesn't quite have enough breathing room yet. Pinkston is going to come back with a hell of a run down the hill. These guys are going at it, giving it their all in the latter half of the race. As we got Slinky and Javen going at it for P4 back here. Latter half of the top 5. Levine has cleared cross for P6. Colin McKevitt eats it into the wall as Gavin Horson eats it as well. But this is the race for the win. They're going to come out of the last turn right now to get 4 more laps to go. Who can hang on? Can Metz complete this dominant performance? Can he hold off the hard-charging E3 to win his 22nd career win? He got an excellent run off of turn 1. E3 or Dave Payson set one of the slower laps he had in the last couple laps last time around. Metz slumped down to a 2:09. Here comes E3. This is one of his fastest sections of the racetrack. Metz pushing that car as hard as he can to try to get that win. He is hungry. So is Pinkston. Blam trying to catch these guys. Still 8 seconds back. Not sure he's going to be able to have enough time unless something happens between these 2 leaders. Metz pulled it away to a second. A little mistake there by E3. Does E3 have enough time to string together some good laps? E3 gains some more time. 3 tenths back. 3 little S's right there. Fishtailing around the corner, drifting it. Metz with an excellent run on the straightaway, doing an excellent job at defending his chance at winning. They're going to come off the final corner. 3 more laps remain. Metz and Pinkston going at it again. Metz set a little bit of a slower lap that time. Pinkston trying to find that consistency he had a couple laps ago. As we see, Blam's actually gained some time on these guys. Starting to gain a lot of time. The third place driver. Pinkston gained a lot of time during that uphill section. Can he get there with only 3 laps to go? It is go time. It is crunch time. Hit your marks. No mistakes. No room for error. What a win it would be for Rashad Metz to get here tonight. Celebrated his birthday last week. What a present it would be to get your 22nd career win. To cement yourself even higher atop the win list for the GTO League. Here they come down through the S's. 5 tenths separate the two. Each of these guys pushing each other to get better each and every lap. Pinkston with a run down the straightaway. Oh, Metz made a mistake. He slipped past the braking zone. David Pinkston gets in the grass and spins out. Rashad Metz back to the lead. What a mistake. That opens the door wide open for Rashad Metz. Metz made a mistake, and Pinkston overpushed it to try to get around him. That's going to move Blam up in the P2. 2 more laps to go. It is clear skies for Rashad Metz. The whole race has just changed. Rashad Metz once had a mirror full. Now he has smooth sailing for the rest of the event. Blam starting to gain some time back there in the number 22 car. Does he have enough time? Still 5 seconds back. Metz just needs to keep it clean, keep it between the white lines, and he can put himself back into victory lane. Javen Tucker, still an excellent drive from him to move up to 4th place from starting 10th. Metz with a 5.8 second lead. Still gaining time. Still around 5 seconds separate the first and second place as Metz comes off of the last turn. The white flag is out. One more laps to go for Rashad Metz. Can he get it done? The 22 car blowing his horn to try to get some extra speed down the straightaway. Rashad Metz just needs to be a little clean through here. Take care of the car. What a points day it would be for Rashad Metz if he can close this thing out. He makes it through the hill section very cleanly, very nice and neat for Rashad Metz. Here he comes down the straightaway for one more time, just a couple more turns for Rashad Metz to negotiate. Rashad Metz, growing up in a small town in South Carolina, used to ride four-wheelers with his dad around his house, and he knew just then and there that he wanted to go fast, that he wanted to one day be a race car driver. He won 2 GTO Championships and is the most winningest driver of all time in the league. But lately he has stumbled a little bit, maybe a little self-doubt. But I think he proved all of the haters wrong here tonight. Rashad Metz with one more turn to go. It's been a long time since we've been able to say this. Welcome back, Rashad Metz. You are the winner at Mount Panorama. Welcome back. 22nd career victory for Rashad Metz at Mount Panorama. What a drive by you. P2 will be E3 David Pinkston. Finished off P2 after an excellent race. P3 will be Blam. I believe P3. P3 will be Blam. Javen Tucker's going to finish P4. Excellent drive by him. P5 will be Slinky. P6 will be Trevor Levine. P7 will be Cross. Gavin Morrison. It looks like he's going to cycle around, complete an 8th place finish. Colin McKevitt, he is hard into the tire barrier. Colin McKevitt has died and will not be able to complete this race. But Rashad Metz is back in victory lane. Let's talk to the winner here tonight. Rashad, it has been a long time since we've been able to do one of these interviews with you. Welcome back to victory lane. How does it feel to get it done here tonight? And what a race between you and E3.
Let's fucking go, dude. That was an awesome race. Between E3, Slinky, those guys are super fast. I feel bad for E3 because he spun on the curb. That curb reaches out and grabbed people, man. That's just pure luck on my half, man. But what an awesome car we had today, and what an awesome team. What an awesome everybody else. Everybody, you know, I'm just happy as fuck, man.
Well, congratulations on your win. 22nd career win.
No one wants to give him an interview, but it's okay.
22nd career win for you. Man, it was fun watching you and E3 just push each other to be faster, because it seemed like as soon as he caught up to you, y'all both gained about a half a second on the racetrack. So having him in your rearview mirror, did that push you to go faster a lot?
Yes, that did. E3 was coming, and he was coming fast, man. And I mean, I don't know how, honestly. I just made a couple mistakes, and conveniently he made some mistakes when I made mistakes, so it kind of balanced itself out. But he was coming for me, man. I felt like any more race, my bad. But any more time before that spin, man, he was gonna have me.
Well, congratulations on the win. Enjoy it. And welcome back to victory lane. Let's talk to the second place finisher here tonight as we see Rashad Metz celebrating in victory lane. Let's see if we can talk to the second place finisher. Let's see if we can dial up David Pinkston. What's up, E3? You finished P2 here tonight. Man, what a race you and Rashad Metz put on here tonight. How were you able to get that car up into P2, and what was the race like?
I got really lucky on the start when everybody went wide. I felt like I could have possibly passed Rashad, but every time I got close, I kept making mistakes and fell back. And the one opportunity I had, I spun on that one. So it's a little bitter, but at least I finished second.
Well, congratulations on a P2 finish. That's going to help you out in the point standings. And let's see if we can talk to one more driver. Let's talk to, let's see, the Slinky. Let's talk to him. What's up, Slinky? You finished P4 here, or I believe
P5.
P5 here tonight. How's it feel getting a top 5 here tonight?
We had good qualifying, decent race. Sad to drop back a little bit. Javen, God, that guy coming all the way back up from the bottom of the field. Congratulations to him. We had a phenomenal race. Lap 10. I had a crazy overtake on him. He fired right back. A lot of damage between us both too. A whole lot of traded paint, but that was a pretty good race. Happy to be leading the Mustangs. Hope to challenge Rashad a little bit more in these Trans M2s next season if we can fix the tunes.
Well, congratulations on another top 5. Good to have you back with us. Let's actually see if we can talk to Javen Tucker real quick. He had a hell of a drive. Javen Tucker, hell of a drive. You started P10 and moved your way all the way up into the top 5 by the end of the race. How are you able to get it done?
Driving just consistent enough not to be as fast as Rashad.
Well, that was a good way to put it, I guess. But I know you didn't have the qualifying session you wanted. What were you able to change and fix during the actual race?
Put together a lap.
Well, congratulations on doing that. Hopefully you can do the same next week. Alright, let's take a look at the finishing order real quick. Rashad Metz is going to move his way back into victory lane, so he's going to finish P1. P2 will be David Pinkston. He got the fastest lap. We'll get that extra bonus point. Board Werton will finish P3, so excellent podium position for him. Glad to have him back racing with us. Javen Tucker had a hell of a drive. Back up to P4 from starting 10th. P5 will be Slinky. P6 will be Trevor Levine. P7 will be Vlad. P8 will be Gavin Morrison. P9 will be Colin McKevitt. P10 will be Jack McKevitt. 11 will be Austin Minnick. 12th will be Driver of the Day, Isaiah Smith. And P13 will be Peter Braxton. So thank you for everyone for joining us here tonight. We hope to see you all next week for a beautiful Grade 3 race at Kyoto Yamajiwa. Going to be a fun one next week. Thank you for watching here tonight, and congratulations and happy birthday to Rashad Metz, tonight's winner. Y'all have a great one.